WPTV News Channel 5's chief investigator, Jamie Ostroff, read through the ruling today.
She also spoke with a former federal prosecutor about what today's ruling really means, how it could impact the criminal case, as you were talking about, against former President Trump playing out here in South Florida. Jamie?
Yeah, the former president, Shannon and Michael, is currently under two criminal indictments from the federal government. One right here in the Southern District of Florida, alleging he mishandled classified documents at his home in Palm Beach. And then there's that one Michael was talking about in Washington, D.C., claiming Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election results were criminal. That is the case that led to this 119-page opinion that came down today. The justices had to decide whether the president's actions in office are protected from criminal prosecution. Those include, in this case, conversations with top Justice Department officials, conversations with state election officials, and attempts to convince the vice president to change the outcome of the election during the certification process on January 6th. In the majority opinion, Chief Justice John Roberts writes the president does get absolute immunity for exercising his core constitutional powers. Now, as for the duties of the president that are not explicitly spelled out in the Constitution, the majority of justices here decided the president is, quote, entitled to at least presumptive immunity. That raises a whole new legal question. What is an official act? The opinion places the burden on prosecutors to prove otherwise and for the trial court judge to decide on it. Former Assistant U.S. Attorney David Weinstein telling me this is all but certain to delay that D.C. case, which had been pending, or been on hold rather, pending this decision. And here's what he had to say about the opinion's impact on the Florida case.
There's some language in there about use of certain documents, about not being able to talk about the motive behind what was taking place while the person was president. But remember, the charges in Fort Pierce relate to actions that were taken after January 21st, for the most part, when he was no longer the president, and actions that he took to obstruct an ongoing investigation.
The majority of justices said immunity is important to prevent the president from being, quote, unduly cautious in the discharge of his official duties. In her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, writing the majority opinion will, quote, have disastrous consequences for the presidency and for our democracy.